Now at 11, a day of dueling protests on this inauguration day. One peaceful, the other destructive. And now another group is gathering right in front of the ICE building. Thanks for joining us tonight for Queen 6 News at 11. I'm Elizabeth Din.
I'm Jeff Gianola. Protesters gathered in South Waterfront at this hour in front of the ICE building. It has been declared an unlawful assembly. Let's switch to our Jennifer Dowling right now with the latest. What can you tell us, Jennifer?
Well, Jeff, it certainly looks and feels like an unlawful assembly like we've seen over the summer. There's a lot of chaos down here. We've had people have been gassed, also had some flashbangs thrown at them. Folks trying to protest at the ICE building, but police saying that they did some damage to that building, then declaring that unlawful assembly and moving in. So we have had several people that look like they've been detained or taken into custody just over the past half an hour. We were just looking at a man or a woman that was put into a vehicle over here on Southwest Bond. And we also saw some people detained on the other side of this block as well off Southwest Moody. So there's a lot of police activity tonight. Those who are out here protesting, not happy about that, very dissatisfied with some of the people being taken into custody. Also, we've seen people throwing up and sick from the what we believe to be gas canisters that were deployed near the ICE building. Of course, Portland police have not been using those, so we suspect if those were used, they were from federal law enforcement officials, which still use those less lethal munitions. We've also heard what we thought were pepper balls being shot, or rubber bullets, we're not sure which, earlier in the night to break up the crowds. So this wasn't the only action going on in Portland today as far as demonstrations that got a little wild. Earlier tonight, vandals struck on the northeast side at one of the buildings occupied by the Democratic Party of Portland. We talked to a homeless man who helped to put out some of the fires. Take a listen to what he had to say.
The sound of breaking glass could be heard at Northeast 9th and Everett, where a group dressed in black busted out windows and tagged the headquarters of the Democratic Party of Oregon. The march started with a group of 100 to 200 gathered at Revolution Hall. They traveled into Northeast Portland, carrying signs that indicated they were protesting police, President Joe Biden, and government in general. Once they got to Democratic headquarters, they started smashing glass and setting a small dumpster fire. A homeless man who lives nearby brought over his water jug and started putting the fire out. He pulled the dumpster out of the middle of the road.
Trying to get him out of the road and put him back.
He didn't want to give his name, but wanted to tell us he was disappointed in the actions of the group.
If I felt that they actually believed in what they were doing and that it was actually going to do any good, I'd be all for it.
He feels that this group is destroying property for, quote, no reason. He also feels like it will be detrimental to the homeless in the area.
Like, why are we going to destroy what we're trying to fix? Now we're probably going to get kicked out of here.
And Tim McCann issued a statement from the Democratic Party of Oregon saying we're thankful that none of our staff were in the building at the time. This is not the first time our building has been vandalized during that past year. None of the prior incidents have deterred us from our important work to elect Democrats up and down the ballot, and this will be no different. So back out here live on Southwest Bond and Southwest Moody, looks like things have calmed down. The police have moved out of the middle of the street here off Southwest Bond. So they had taken some people into custody, it looked like. And we've had an interesting night with all the what seems to be gas canisters that have been deployed down here near the ICE building, and also smoke canisters, flashbangs, and other less lethal munitions to break the crowd up. Because as Portland police reported earlier, there was some damage, they said, to the ICE facility and the building. So again, a very tense night in Portland. We haven't seen this in a little while, not down near the ICE building anyway. It's been kind of a reprieve for a little bit, and now it looks like things are back in action. Back to you in the studio.
Right. All right. Jennifer Dowling live in South Portland tonight. Jennifer, thank you. Our team coverage continues now with Jenny Young, who was at another demonstration, this one called a rally to inaugurate justice. Unlike the other event, this one was peaceful. And Jenny, so you followed the group as they march. They say they're not satisfied with the new Biden administration. Tell us about their list of demands.
Well, they say they're thankful for this new era in the United States, but they want policies in place that address the issues that plague marginalized communities.
We the people who believe that health care is a basic human right. We the people who believe that capitalism exploits the poor and working class.
Calling on government to, quote, inaugurate justice and defend Black lives.
Black America, in which there is no real justice.
A large group gathered under the pavilion here at Irving Park. Activists spoke on issues including abolishing police, passing the Green New Deal, protecting immigrants, and other social justice topics.
We need to be more organized and more powerful than we have ever been before.
Organized by the Defend Democracy Coalition, the group says they're glad Donald Trump has left 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, but they're not putting their faith in a Biden presidency.
We have a president in the White House who does not want the change that we need.
Joe Biden is a feckless puppet of the centrist Democratic establishment who is only president because of his ties to corporate interests.
The demonstrators took their message to surrounding neighborhoods, marching along Northeast Fremont.
I think he's a good person. I think he means well.
Peter Downey doesn't exactly share the majority's view on President Biden, but says he came out because these causes are important to him.
We still got a system. It needs a lot of work to be done. A lot of poor people. And you got the same establishment who hasn't been all that good at dealing with these things to begin with.
Now, there was a small police presence out here, and that was because of a rollover crash adjacent to the park. Police officers were working traffic control. About a dozen or so protesters yelled vulgarities at them for about an hour or so, but other than that, there was an unrest out here. Reporting live tonight, Jenny Young, KOIN 6 News.
Jenny, thank you.